Hello, Libra, and welcome to Bunny Cat's Oracle. And for those of you who have recently subscribed, welcome back. It's great to have you here on the channel, and it's great to be here in my own home, of course. I'm going to be doing your November 2020 general tarot reading today. And as usual, I like to start with a prayer. I've already got some candles going for you. So I pray for everyone who felt compelled to click on this video today. I pray that you're happy, that you're healthy, that you and your loved ones are safe, that you are being kind and gentle with everyone you meet, that you're blessed, and that all your best wishes are coming true. So that's my intention for today. Let's get started with your reading. So I've already pre-shuffled a bit, but I'm going to shuffle a little bit more. So Libra, what's in store for Libra? November 2020, please. What does Libra need to know for this month? And I am doing the reading a little bit early, so some of this may apply to kind of the last few days of October. What's going on for Libra? November 2020, please. What does Libra need to know? Also, any crosswalkers are welcome here as well. If you are thinking of a Libra and curious to know what's going on with them, you're also welcome here. What's going on, Libra? Okay, just going to get one more shuffle here. Oops. There we go. All right. And we'll begin. So I'm doing the same rainbow spread I did last month, but 6 lines this time instead of 5 because I like the number 6 better. Let's see what's going on in your present energy for November. We've got the 8 of Swords. We've got the 2 of Hearts. We've got the Star. Beautiful. And we have the Page of Oysters. Wow. Okay. So a lot of people are getting this eight of Swords energy. I think there's just a lot of fear-based energy in the world. 8 of Swords says things are not as bad as they appear. I will bring this card a little closer so you can see it. There's a little bit of a puddle in front of Alice, and she seems to be surrounded by flamingos. It's causing her some stress, and she's thinking, oh no, I'm trapped. I can't get forward. But it's really not going to be that bad. It's not a big ocean that she's going to fall into. You know, it's just a little puddle. She just might kind of get her feet wet a bit. So it's saying, you know, your fear is making things worse than they actually are. Things aren't as bad as they appear. You might even be getting some good news about money at some point with the Page of Oysters up here, otherwise known as the Page of Pentacles. Very bright card. With the Star and the Love card, I feel like some of you are making a wish come true. Like, this is beautiful, right, in your present energy. And it may have to do with love. You may have met someone recently, or maybe are going to meet someone this month that just feels like a dream come true. Let's get some playing cards here, see if we got some more information. Oh, we have an Ace of Diamonds. So some of you are thinking about a rock, maybe thinking about giving someone a rock or getting one, hoping to get a ring. For others, this may be like a new work project. You may actually meet someone through some new either job that you do or a business that you start or some sort of idea that you have that you're kind of running with. Page of Pentacles to me is also a very entrepreneurial energy. So some of you have some new thing that you're doing that you're kind of putting out there, and it might actually bring some love into your life. We have the 10 of Clubs here too. In the Cartomancy deck, 10 of Clubs can represent a sudden inheritance, like a lot of wealth coming in. It can also represent, in the modern tarot meaning, like just the idea of working really hard. There may be something you're working really hard at. It feels like a lot of work, but it also feels like a huge accomplishment when it's done. And again, some of you are going to be meeting some kind of lover through your work, or just doing work that feels like really true to you. It makes you very happy. You may be surrounded by, you know, people that feel like minds, you know, that feel like good friends, right? Take it how it resonates. Let's look at your recent past, Libra. We have Justice upright, which is your card, by the way. We have the communication card, 8 of Wands. We've got the 9 of Wands. Oh, And we've got that Ace of Pentacles again, aka Ace of Diamonds, right up at the top. So definitely some of you have started something new. Either, again, like it could have been a job, it could have been a contract, it could have been something that you initiated. By the way, I apologize for the background noise. It's really annoying. It's a big construction project outside my house, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. So hopefully that's not going to be too distracting. I can definitely hear it in my headphones. I'm not sure if you can hear it. Anyway, this looks like a really lucky thing, like this Ace of Pentacles to me, otherwise known as the Ace of Oysters. It's kind of like a lucky penny, you know, and there's this new idea and there's this new inspiration and just the energy of like, yes, I got this thing, I'm going to run with it. You know, lots of enthusiasm here. This can also be a seed, you know, it can grow into a mighty oak. It can be anything you make it. I feel like some of you are doing something really unique too. I'm really drawn to the tiger lilies here. So it's something you started in the recent past. And it feels incredibly positive because you're in, like I said, in the present, in this star energy, right? Which is about renewal and healing and making dreams come true and feeling like, oh, kind of a sense of relief, you know? Like it's just, it's like turning a page, coming into a much more positive energy here. The Nine of Wands shows that you are not giving up. This is a card of strength. It's the card of the wounded warrior. It's somebody who has had to reach deep within their reserves and find the energy to have like a second wind or like a ninth wind, right? It's like working really, really hard on something and just almost being at the end. And then in your present energy, you have that 10 of Wands. So I see you maybe finishing up a big project, like I said, putting in a lot of work, but it does feel like a really big accomplishment. It feels like you're going to be really proud when you're done. And it's something that makes you really happy. It's like, hey, I'm making my dreams come true. I'm not just sitting around on the couch binging on Netflix and feeling sorry for myself. There has been a lot of communication, may have been reaching out to a lot of people about this thing you've been working on. Seven of Spades here. We've got the Five of Spades. There may have been for some of you in the recent past, some sort of legal thing too, that it's very uncomfortable. It feels like it's just like an unnecessary battle. Some of you could have even been dealing with like family members, like an issue about an inheritance. It's not going to be for everyone, but it feels really challenging, and it feels like somebody around you hasn't been entirely honest, and it's like a little bit kind of mean-spirited. So again, this is in your past. It may or may not apply to you, but luckily it's in the past. It's not in the present. So we're moving out of this yucky energy and like this sense of like, I don't know, there was like some cruel words maybe exchanged and somebody who was kind of just acting really selfishly, but you're putting that behind you. You're moving into this wonderful love energy, the star, this renewal. Again, there is a little bit of fear here. I feel like it's like nerves, you know, it's like nervousness. Like I said, this is so positive. You're moving into this really positive phase, but you may just feel a little bit uncomfortable about it. Like, you know, change is uncomfortable. There's also a feeling of like, what are people going to think? What are people saying about me? But I wouldn't worry about that too much. You know, I would just embrace your happiness, embrace your goals, you know, don't be afraid to go after what you want, and you deserve to be happy, Libra. Absolutely do. Let's look at your near future, see what's coming in. By the way, I'm just noticing now. So you do have two aces and then the same aces. So that's a really positive sign for anything you were asking about. It would say, you know, yes, this is a good thing. Go for it. Oh, and there's another ace, the ace of all aces. You have the Magician coming in. With the World, oh my God, and the King of Hats and the Queen of Oysters. So also known as the Queen of Pentacles and of course the King of Cups. Could be like, for some of you, this could be a marriage, or these could be two people that you're dealing with. Queen of Pentacles is generally a rich woman, a woman who is generous with her family at least. Very well-to-do, doesn't need to rely on anybody, very good provider, could be an earth sign, doesn't have to be. And then the fella we have here, the King of Cups, somebody very deep, often a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, but again, doesn't have to be, but it's somebody who feels emotions very deeply, doesn't necessarily show it on the surface, but you could have a really deep conversation with this person. They're able to remain calm, even in these, you know, I want to say rocky waters, like these waves, you know, it's sort of like stormy water. but you see that the king is totally calm. He's unmoved by the waves around him, right? So it's somebody who is not really getting sucked into the drama. They understand the drama. They can talk to you about it, but they really have mastered their emotions. It's about mastery of emotions. Queen of Pentacles is about mastery of money. So you could be one of these characters, and you could have a partner who complements you really well. Pentacles and Cups go really well together. The Magician here, manifesting some new beginning that feels incredible. It feels like you're pulling a rabbit out of your hat. We have these tiger lilies again here, which I'm seeing, which you had on the Ace of Oysters. This is David Bowie here. I love this deck so much. It's, of course, the Wonderland deck. And followed by the World. So this is cool because this is like beginner energy and completion energy all at once. There's some kind of major new beginning and also a sense of like finishing another phase. It's like one door closes, one opens. You've been through a lot of lessons recently, Libra. The World is the last card in the major arcana. And the Magician is not the first, it's actually the second, because the first is Zero, the Fool. So that tells me that you've already begun your new beginning and you are just finishing up this ending. You are integrating all the lessons that you've learned in the past little while. It could have even been like the past decade, you know? You're in a totally new phase where you've really developed a really strong sense of wisdom and a calm nature around you, and seem to be in a much better place financially as well. So take this how it resonates. I'm going to get some clarifiers on that Magician. Oh, I love that. 6 of Clubs. This is the victory card. And the World is also a victory card. Of course, it's like a major victory. So you have incredible victory energy around you. Whether this applies to your love life or your work life, this is looking really, really good. Victory and lots of communication, maybe even some travel. Maybe not long distance travel, but maybe traveling around your city or your state or province. It can be communicating with a lot of people at a distance as well. I feel like you're going to be hearing from a lot of people that you haven't in a while. You may be very visible this month. With the World, I also think of the World Wide Web. So something that you're doing on the internet, or even just like social media. I feel like a lot of people are going to be watching and seeing and paying attention, and it's going to kind of bring a lot of people out of the cracks, right, who want to communicate with you. Feels incredibly positive. I want to see what's in between this King and this Queen. We have the 6 of Spades. What else do we have here? We have the 4 of Diamonds. So the 6 of Spades is about moving away from troubled waters, moving away from drama, maybe even taking a vacation, getting the idea of water. So some of you could be going on a sort of mini vacation, maybe even somewhere nearby with your king or your queen. But doing so in a very humble sort of way. 4 of Diamonds is watching your budget very closely, being really careful with your money. So you are looking at some respite here. I'm also getting the sense of somebody who maybe is just embodying the King of Cups energy. I mean, I'm sure not all of you are in relationships or getting into relationships, but this could just be your energy. And what it would tell me is that, you know, you've kind of been through some drama recently and you're moving away from that drama. You're getting into this King of Cups energy. Again, very calm, not an easily excitable person, not somebody that's going to kind of, you know, get drawn into a row with somebody else. And you're also just, you know, being very careful. Again, careful with your money. Also holding on to what you have, you know, not letting anyone come in and kind of, you know, take from you or upset your like calm, you know, nature. So I like this a lot. Very calming, but also like there's this amazing, amazing vibe. You're doing something amazing. You're making major changes and some kind of victory, you know, despite all the weird energy going on in the world. So this is impressive. Interested to know what it's about. It's going to be different for everyone. I'd like to look at what's hidden from you a little further into your future. Something you don't see here. Ooh, we have the King of Fire. As King of Wands, we've got the 2 of Swords. We've got the Judgment card. And we've got the 5 of Diamonds at the top. Let's see here. So, a lot of people in your spread, Libra. And the 6 of Diamonds. Okay, it seems like there's a couple here. King of Wands and the Queen of Hearts. A really sensitive woman who's paired with a very charismatic male, somebody who's a leader, who likes to travel a lot, somebody who moves really quickly. And it seems like they've been really lucky. The Six of Diamonds often talks about an inheritance. There's some people here enjoying an inheritance. And at the top of that, we have the Five of Diamonds. We have somebody who's feeling kind of left out in the cold, like they've sort of been abandoned in some way. We also have Two of Swords with the Two of Diamonds and the Ace of Clubs. There's definitely some sort of choice that's needing to be made in some area of your life. There's a feeling of maybe procrastinating about it, also kind of maybe blocking someone, like something that's like a difficult choice. It's almost like some of you have to drop something. You may be balancing two things or even two people. For some of you, there's an Ace of Clubs here. So there's a lot of passion. There's like a passionate new beginning, but some of you are going to have to kind of make a choice. I can't help but think of someone who, is attracted to someone outside of their relationship, or maybe you've met somebody new and you were thinking of maybe leaving your relationship. It feels like a really, really difficult choice because you are very excited about this person. For those that applies to, again, in your near future here with the Six of Spades, some of you could actually be leaving a relationship. For others, it's just maybe taking a trip or a little journey, but it does feel really like a difficult choice, and it feels like you don't want to make that choice. Like this Two of Swords is really like a stalemate. There's like somebody who's saying, I don't really know what to do right now, so I'm just kind of not going to do anything. I'm going to kind of just wait here on this mushroom. So this could be somebody around you as well. Again, this is a line of something that is hidden. It's like almost like somebody is not talking to you, maybe blocking you, because they don't want to have to make a difficult choice. But it would be somebody who has a lot of passion for you with the Ace of Clubs. And we now have 3 aces in your reading. So again, that new beginning energy is incredibly strong. You have the Judgment card right underneath. So you may be thinking a lot about your past, thinking about people in your past as well. And things that you did, sort of like reviewing things that you've done, decisions you've made, mistakes you've made, trying to learn from them, seeing what you can bring with you into the future. It is upright, so you don't need to judge yourself too harshly. But you are looking back and going, okay, well, what could I do right next time? If you're thinking about your relationships, you may have been through some difficult relationships and learned some really kind of harsh lessons, and maybe thinking to yourself, okay, well, I'm not going to make those same mistakes if I get into a new relationship. This is what I'm going to do differently next time, like that kind of thing. Really reviewing the past. But Six of Spades tells me you can leave past transgressions behind you. And the Judgment card is kind of a similar vibe, right? You don't need to keep ruminating about the past and like punishing yourself and, having regrets. You just need to learn from it and then just put it behind you, because your future looks incredibly bright. And you're in a whole new world now, right? With this World card. A whole new world. Okay, sorry, I'm so cheesy. I couldn't help it. Sing that song. I was literally singing that in my shower a couple days ago for whatever reason. I don't know. Just popped into my head. Let's look at what's motivating you this month. Way over here. I'm just going to take 3 cards here. Ooh, Page of Flamingos, aka Page of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. And again, that 10 of Wands. Okay, so lots of hard work, feeling like you really got to put in the work. You're working really hard on something. You got this card twice. And again, for some others of you, some of you were dealing with some sort of inheritance issue, and that may have been a legal issue around that. Again, I don't think that applies to everyone, but there's enough cards here on the table talking about that definitely somebody watching this video is dealing with that. It's definitely on your mind. Lots of air energy with the Page and the Queen of Swords. You are definitely applying what you learned. There's a really strong curiosity with the Page of Swords. So you may have been studying a new subject and really putting in a lot of work to develop your skills. Some of you have recently finished either a university or a college course or gotten some sort of certification. You've been upgrading your skills. The World card here could talk about like your graduation, or you're achieving some sort of certification with some sort of governing body, right? Queen of Swords is being really, really discerning. There is this energy again of like blocking. I had this here. Not allowing just anybody up into your business, right? I kind of got the same vibe with the Four of Diamonds that showed up here. You're being really, really careful. You know, I do get the sense you may have been kind of burned in the past, like you may have been through some heck, you know, with regards to your personal relationships. So you've had a lot of thought about what kinds of people you want to allow into your life and what information you want to share with them, and being kind of really careful about that. So being really careful with people. Also, what information you share with people with the Page of Flamingos, but being incredibly smart, incredibly curious. I like this energy for you, Libra, because swords represent air, which is your element. So I feel like you're really in your element this month, like really putting your head to good use. You may have some fascinating information to share with all of us. I'd be very curious to know what that is. Of course, it's going to be different for everyone. Let's look at some advice. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the King of Oysters. Again, so many people in this reading, hey? And we have the Five of Wands. So I'm really getting the sense of protecting your territory with the King of Oysters. I love this card. This is like my sugar daddy card. He's a rich man. He's generous and he's smart. He's good with money. Generally a business owner. Again, a woman can be in her king energy as well, right? It was just talking about the masculine energy here. So take it how it resonates. This is saying like, you reign over your own world, and you make the choices. You are in charge here. Also, like, watch your money carefully, like look after what's important to you, your people, your finances, your crew, your business, and stand up for yourself. You need to protect what is yours. This Seven of Wands here, feeling very, very guarded, very much ready to fight. Also, maybe ready to fight for someone or several people as well. This is the card of advocacy. So some of you could be sticking up for someone else. There could be small children that you're protecting. You could be looking out for someone else's interests, you know, not just your own. But this card is saying, you know, definitely stick up for yourself. Be ready to fight. Five of Wands here is the card of competition. It does show there is some competition around you. I did get that sense over here as well. This is almost like sibling rivalry. Some of you are having some kind of issue with some members of your family. I don't like that vibe, but again, it's not going to be everyone. Others, you know, it's just that you are in a very competitive industry, but you are ready to fight. This is saying, you know, don't give up. Don't give up. I had the Nine of Wands here as well. You're on the precipice of something enormous. And even though you are surrounded by a lot of competition, you are going to stand out amongst that competition. You know, this Seven of Wands shows Griffin on a higher ground, right? You are kind of on a higher ground. But you need to protect that position. Don't let anybody knock you off that mountain, right? And I think that you are, you know, going to succeed despite the competition. It's almost like it's making you stronger. Like knowing that it's there, you're like, okay, well, I need to be better. I need to be faster. I need to be stronger. And I am, you know, and you are. And keeping your cards kind of close to your chest. Again, not letting just anybody in on what you're doing. You have the vibe of someone who's extremely focused this month. Also kind of like maybe recovering from a little bit of, you know, interpersonal nastiness. But there's a really great vibe here for renewal, for restarting, for integrating the lessons of the past and making a really beautiful future for yourself. I really love the star. It was the first card I was drawn to when I did your spread. It's really about renewal. This is the card that shows up after the tower. So in the tower, we have this tower that's been struck down by lightning and it's burned to the ground. And there's this massive hole in the ground where the tower fell. And then with the star, the water bearer comes in. In this case, it's Griffin. He's just relaxing. But the water bearer Aquarius comes in and fills this hole with water, which becomes like this pool. So it rejuvenates the land and the plants can grow again and people can come and relax by the water and drink the water, maybe go fishing. So it's this sense of renewal after a difficult period, and there's a new hope for the future. So that's the period that you're moving into, Libra, and I like it a lot. I really do. Lots of aces here again. How many do we have now? We have 1, 2, 3 with the Magician, 4. So you have 4 aces. So 4 aces can be incredibly lucky. I do feel like whatever you're doing, it's blessed. It's like you can't go wrong. Again, you've got the victory card. You're making magic happen with the Magician. Lots of 10s too. You have 1, 2, was that the only Two tens. Yeah, so there's kind of this ending energy and this new beginning energy. You may want to buy a lottery card for Aces. Is pretty lucky, I'm just saying. And the communication card showing up twice as well. A strong possibility for marriage here, but again, we do have like a lot of people on the table here, so not necessarily, but some of you definitely have marriage on your mind, and it looks, really blessed. So this has been cool. I'd like to get some oracle cards for you, Libra. And I want to remind you that these are just cards. So, if it's helpful, great. If it's not, just forget about it. My grandfather would always say that to me when he read my cards. He would say, okay, just forget about all this afterwards. This is just for your own entertainment. But sometimes things really do resonate. And it's always cool, to hear when they do. Okay, so what messages do we have for Libra? This is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed. Oh, this one seems to want to come out. Oh, beautiful. I like this a lot. This is Exchanging Gifts. So, and I love this kitty cat. Some of you may have a kitty cat. I'm trying to bring this in so it can focus, but I don't know if you can see that. So, some of you are going to be exchanging a gift, and I'm really getting the sense of rings for some of you. Like it's, rings or like a little bit of jewelry. Something special for somebody special that you're thinking of. I absolutely love this. For others, it may be about your talents. It may be about sharing your talents with the world. And you're feeling like you're getting a gift back because you're getting all this wonderful energy from people around you, from supportive friends, people who are seeing what you're doing and saying, oh, wow, like that's really smart, Libra, or that's amazing. That's so cool that you did that. There's a really wonderful feeling with this card and with this spread, with this star energy. So I love it. I think this is going to be a really exciting month, even if there are a few uncomfortable moments. And I mean, this has just been an uncomfortable year, but you've got really, really good vibes going on here for renewal, for a whole new world, Libra. So I'd love to hear about it. If you want to share anything in the comments, if you don't, there's absolutely no pressure. And I want to thank you again for joining me here on the channel. Your support means the world to me. And until next time, take excellent care of yourselves. Have a wonderful month, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye.